Good morning, welcome back to another week of us. Number week, you get the drift by now that I don't actually know what week it is, 22 I think. So today's plan is to prep for our little road trip that we're doing this weekend, or for the long bank holiday weekend. So we've got to get the bed in a livable condition to put the cushions on, because they all arrived, and I've been making the cushion covers in the evening. Well, I'll be making them this evening. I've been cutting out all the fabric today. So we've got to get this part of the bed in working order, i.e. put this on. We've already cut it out, so it should be a pretty easy job. Then put the battens on either side to put the temporary bit of ply on the top. So we're not going to keep that forever. It's literally just for the purpose of this weekend, because we still haven't ordered the worktop that we're going to use for the table, and this is kind of the last bit that we're going to do, because obviously it's our easy in and out access point, so it's literally just a temporary thing, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. And then the next what is the next priority? Anyway, I'm going to do that first, get that done, so at least we know that we can sleep on a bed, and then figure out what to do next. Oh, the magnets, we need to order some magnets for these, because every time we obviously drive around they literally bounce and make the most horrendous noise, so we need to get those done. So I'll be doing a little practice piece after it's kind of all in order. So why do jobs always take so much bloody longer than what you think they're gonna? I thought this was gonna take like half an hour, and I've literally only put 2 battens up, put this side on. I did take off this door and trim off this side because it was just slightly hitting this, but basically out of all of the ply we've got, would you believe that we don't have a piece that fits this out of the 12mm? So we're going to have to go to Wix anyway to get it, because we need it for this piece. So basically those 2 jobs are currently on hold until we get the pieces that we need, but it should be relatively straightforward. Figured out how to do the magnets, and it's literally just a matter of case of, I think the ply and Wix for the middle bit should pretty much be that width and the length. You might just have to lob off a bit at the end. But so what is my job next then? It'd be quite nice to get those cladding bits up, but I need to figure out how we're doing it. There's just too many jobs to do, and I don't know what to do. Reality of a van build, hey? I literally just stand here, I'm like, what to do next? I'll figure out. Bum, 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 bum. And wild lads lurking in my shed. What have we got?
You remember what they were called?
Boring holes.
Boring. This is what we need, I think.
So this is basically what I couldn't do yesterday because we didn't have these parts, is for the magnets to sit in. Couldn't find any in Wix or anything, so we just ordered them ordered them off Amazon.
Where's the driller? 15mm. Need 20mm for the magnets.
Yep.
My shed is a mess again. What's going on? 20mm.
Well, that was me yesterday.
Here we are. 20mm. Gonna test it on this bad boy.
Yeah.
And if it works, we can install our magnets. This is gonna hurt me.
I don't know.
Look at that.
And hopefully the magnet should just plop in there. Like so. Does it?
Boom! You need to get the height. Perfect. Well, you have this screw, and I just screwed in there. And then we screwed the other one onto the other thing.
That thing works perfect.
20mm. Get them in there. And then we're not going to have rattly seats, right?
Rattly cupboard doors.
Rattly cupboard doors. This is the plan, Spider-Man. Let's see if he can do it.
Just been testing it. Got this guy in. You see him? The only issue is that the screws that came with them are too long for the 12mm ply we've got. It literally sticks out, as you can see, at the other end. So I think what we're going to do is super glue this in, and just sort of countersink it a little bit, literally like 1mm or 2mm for that to sit in, that should sit flat in there, and then it touches onto there. We just need to figure out how we're going to line them up in the van, or like on the seats. Laz is pondering.
So we need to do that, what we just shown you on here, and then on here. So I think the plan is we're going to cut the holes. We're going to do these first. And where do we put it? Do we put it in the corner? I guess we put it like spread out like here.
Yeah.
So we'll put one there, and then we'll measure somehow from somewhere. Probably from the edge. Probably from the edge of this.
Yeah.
We'll measure in and transfer it. So measure, draw, and then do a test.
Update, Lazzy.
Got one side in,
Yeah.
one's gluing, that's already super glued. Seems to be working. We're using clamps to hold it in.
Right, testing this side now that's glued in. Dum 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 dum. It's a bit of an anticlimax because it doesn't look like it's sticking, but it is. Like you can only feel it. So like, it's hard to show.
It's working.
It's working.
It's working. You can see this one is, I can do it with like, you can actually see how, because the ply bends, it's not held down. So when we were driving along, these were
rattling like mad.
I don't know when you if you put the cushions on and stuff, they would have enough weight to like pull it. But anyway, you can see this one's sitting nice and flush.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be rattling anymore. And now we're just gluing the other ones.
Yeah.
We can put this back on once that side is done.
Yeah, those are just gluing.
Then we need to do the other side.
Yep. Lazy boy in the shower. We are screwing down the toilet.
So I'm thinking, we took the little rubber feet off the Simploo, by the way, otherwise it doesn't sit flat.
And I think what we're going to do is when we put down the PVC, we're going to silicone around it. Originally we weren't going to have it
built in,
but I think it's the best.
I think it's probably best.
Just in case, we took it off basically because there's probably about a 1.5 centimetre gap underneath, maybe a centimetre, with these little knobbins. And if you get any water under there, you're kind of doomed, even though it's sitting on PVC. So I think it's just easier to take it off. And also where the shower tray was sitting over, it was kind of a bit awkward, so we just took them off.
So anyway, it's only a temporary fit because we still need to put PVC on top of this. But we're trying to figure out where to mount this down. Yeah. And I'm thinking, now that we have this wall up, we could also mount it into that wall at some point. But I think for now, we're just going to mount it down. So I got these washers. So it's not just this little screw holding it down through plastic. What we're going to do is we're going to have this big metal washer and then a panhead screw holding the whole thing down. Yeah, we're going to use this. We're going to drill through it first because we don't want to crack it. So drill through, screw it down, and then it should be good. And then I think later, when we do the PVC stuff, we'll also mount it
to the back wall.
To the wall to make it even more solid.
Yeah. So to be able to screw the base down, you have to twist this tray so it doesn't come out because of the side of the top. So you've got to twist those to the side to get your 4 screws in, or how many of the screws that you want.
Yeah. So we've got 4 screws in. We've got the P tray moved. We call it the P tray. I don't know if it's a P tray, but you could just screw through that grey plastic tray thing. But I think it's better if you leave that intact in case you get some leakages. It doesn't go through. Anyway, we are pretty much done with this. So next up, we need to get this bad boy in.
Yeah.
Which is almost there. We cut this. We just need to cut the other 5mm on the other side, and then we need to vac everything in, put supports in there, screw that all in, and then we got the base of our wall up.
So we've got a little bit of privacy when we go to the toilet.
Yeah, and then we'll have a slidey door. But for the rail strip, we're not going to have a slidey door, and there's gonna be toilets everywhere, so hopefully we'll only use this in an emergency, or if Cass really wants to test
I want
it
to try it to
Cass
see
really
like.
wants to try it, so we'll try it. But because we don't have electrics yet, because our battery is delayed again, the fan is not going to be working, even though everything's running. So we'll try to avoid using it, but we will probably test it the last day.
I mean, Laz told me earlier I'm only allowed to do one poo in it.
On the last day when we're coming back.
Like, I'm not holding it in for 3 days.
I don't know. Anyway, we'll give you guys a review of our first composting toilet experience when we try it without a fan. And then we'll give you one with a fan. It's only a tiny fan, so I don't think it makes that much of a difference, but we'll find out. So anyway, let's crack on with this, because it's like afternoon now and we're meant to be going tomorrow morning, and you can see what state the van is in.
Yeah. Oh, we can show them the cushions later.
Yeah, we'll show you the cushions as well. We'll do a little teaser of the setup before we leave off tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Off to Wales. We'll put up some fairy lights because we've got no electrics. It's fine. We've been camping plenty of times before. So this is
last summer
camping.
we camped for 10 days without any electric.
Yeah, exactly. We went on a camping spree through Scotland for 10 days in my little Fiesta and a tent. Yeah. So we got used to having nothing, and this is already better than that. So we'll be fine for 3 nights. Anyway, let's crack on because we've got loads to do.
Yep. Dun, 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 dun. We have a little sofa / bed / whatever you want to call it. I've just put those cushions on there for added effect. I mean, not the nicest, but you know, you get my drift. So the cushion covers aren't 100% finished yet. I have been making them in the evenings. Super simple to make, really. It's obviously just two big rectangles, and then your 10cm rectangles around the edges. I mean, they say it's easy. Like, it's easy for me to make. Like, it doesn't take me long to knock them up. I'll leave like where I bought the fabric and everything in the link below if you are interested in making them, and the zips and everything, just in case you do want to make them. But yeah, I'm super happy. They're about 90% finished, I reckon, because we are going away. So I literally just stitched them up and stuck the cushions in. So I do just need to go and sort of final press these and do some top stitching and stuff where the zip is, because at the moment it does come out a little bit. So I'll show you that. So you've got the zip all the way along the back edge, so I'm just gonna like top stitch that down just so it keeps it flat, so you don't have any issues with the inside. But yeah, we've got 5cm of normal hard, I think it's medium foam, sort of for your normal cushions and upholstery that you'd use for sofa, and then 5cm of memory foam, which is absolutely lush. So as and when we need it in sort of, you know, seating mode or bed mode, we can flip them over. Super comfy. We've already tested it out, and it's really good. So yeah, super happy with how that's turned out. I didn't actually have enough fabric to make the second one of this, so I've made the second one of this guy, but for the purpose of our little trip away, we've just covered it in a sheet just for the time being, and then this guy will sort of live at the end when we push this in. We'll do a little time lapse of us getting it into bed mode so you can see how it works. But yeah, really pleased with how it turned out, and yeah, I'll be making up this one when the fabric comes, and then also the cushion that's going to live on the little bench here as well.
The luxury hotel is ready. This is it. We'll lay out the fairy lights more when we get to the place. We don't want to spend an hour doing it now. But yeah, we got no electric, so fairy light's gonna have to do.
And in the toilet.
And we got some toilet, and we can see our storage. Now we need to fill up all our camping gear, and we'll be ready to go. So yeah, this is it. This is how we're going. We'll pack everything up, and we'll see you guys in the next episode where we'll be showing you.
Stay tuned. It's our first week
adventure in a quarter done van. So bare essentials, but
and most importantly, the toilet review.
Stay tuned for the toilet review. But yeah, we'll let you guys know how we get on. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, and if you've been here for a while, then comment and let us know what you think of the build so far.
See you next week.
Bye.